Hey, welcome back to Score on Business. So we're still with Stephanie. Stephanie, tell us about a client that you've been working with and what you helped them achieve.
Sure. So one particular client comes to mind. We were talking about blogging and content and how important that is, and how it's hard for a business owner to really wrap their mind around, do I really need to blog? Excuse me. Do I really need to produce content? I saw one company, interestingly, that was not ours, and I watched the social media, and I noticed that the social media had nothing to do with the company. And I thought, that's kind of strange. Why? But for some reason, that marketing person or that marketing team felt that that was reaching their core audience or client or customer. I tend to differ with that. I think that in today's day and age, people want to be educated. And I think your customer and your client wants to be educated. And it makes them feel good about you if you're giving them information that they didn't know. And it's a way of marketing without marketing. So if I have a rug company and I say, did you know that rugs that are cleaned annually live 10 times longer? Well, immediately you just help me realize I need to invest there.
Yeah.
And if the blog is about, let's say, a different kind of company, let's say a restaurant, if the blog is on what your menu is, or where you outsource, or where you get your best servers, you know, if you're educating me as to how that works, what is organic, what is not, you know, what is the best place to source, what really is farm to table, what does that really mean, what does that really look like, why do your servers stay for 10 years where everyone else is having turnover? Those blogs become the content that becomes snippets for your social media posts, and it also becomes information in your email marketing. The blog is placed into the email and it goes out to your list, okay? So some people on your email list don't look at your social media. Some people on your social media aren't on your email list. Some people who go to your website have no interest in the other. And remember, when someone wants to check you out today, in today's world, they're going to go to your website and they're going to go to your social media, and if they don't like what they see, they move on. And you got 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of time.
No, it's not.
And they better be impressed. So if I go to your website and it looks nothing like any of your social media channels, I'm confused. And I think, well, then they're confused. They don't even know how to get their own message out. It's a fascinating study.
Yeah. Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. You know, I feel like just from watching email, I feel like I can tell companies where I know the folks, whether they've got somebody who knows what they're doing.
It is. And did you hear what you just said? You and I were not born techies.
Yeah.
We were not born in that generation. You already know yourself. It comes across inauthentic. It comes across contrived, which goes back to those stats of custom content. If I see your content and it doesn't feel fresh, or it doesn't match your brand correctly, I can tell. I may not be an expert, but I can tell. And I move on to someone that captures my imagination and my attention.
Well, and you know, delivering quality content, it just makes sense any way you look at it.
It does. Because if I come to you and I'm going to invest my money in you, everything about you should be quality.
Yes.
Because why would I invest? You're asking me to give my hard-earned money over to you. There better be a reason.
Yeah.
And you better be an expert in your field if I'm going to invest in you. And the only way I learn about that is what I see on your website, see on your social media, see in your blog, or see in your email. Because you can't get around to everybody.
Yeah. Exactly.
You don't have time.
No.
Your content can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what else have you've shared a lot of great information. Is anything else coming to mind to you where you've seen statistics or read studies or you know, have come across valuable information?
Well, it's funny you should ask. This week I was looking heavily at 1969 ads and watching those, and I was fascinated. Marketing never changes. You're spinning, you're trying to get a message out. but that message, we can't see the future. For example, the International Paper Company had an ad in '69 with Ali McGraw in a bikini, and the bikini was made of paper. And it shows her coming down into the water wearing the paper bikini, and she swims in it, and then at the end she takes it off and throws it at the camera to show you can throw it away. My dad worked for NASA, and I remember during the space race, he said to me as a little girl, "One day your clothes will be disposable." Well, now I know where he got that. That was the trend. That was what they were saying was coming. And think of the millions of dollars spent on that advertising campaign, and it never happened. So when you're investing in marketing, you may think, well, I know, but you know what? You're always testing. You don't really know. And if someone tells you they know, probably need to be a little bit cautious.
And you refer to testing. These days, it's so much easier to test.
It is. They didn't have the luxury of that.
Yeah.
Another commercial I saw was Maxim, and it was freeze-dried coffee. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I can't stand freeze-dried coffee. I don't know who thinks it's a great idea. If you do, God bless you, that's fantastic. I never liked it. That ad said, the coffee of the future. It is the only coffee we will drink. Well, if we're putting down $4 a cup at Starbucks, that
somehow
didn't
they
happen.
missed it. Yeah.
Anyway, so it's understanding that you're always trying. You're always in your own industry. You don't know the future, but you've got to start where you are, and you have to invest. They heavily invested in what they believed to be the future of their industry. So they got it wrong. Nobody died.
Hey. Stephanie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, ladies and gents, we will see you next week. Thanks so much for joining us.